Could you introduce yourself?
Of course. My name is Amit BenDor. I'm coming from Israel, near Tel Aviv. Currently working in Artlist as head of AI.
So, could you give us a bit of a glimpse into your experience with AI so far?
Okay, so I'm in AI for a long, long time. Since the beginning, I would say since university, there wasn't a thing. And I see it grows over time. And recently, there's, yeah, like a huge boom. It's been there for many years, but now I think it's, yeah, like the biggest, the toppest high, and it's just going forward.
So, from your experience being in that industry, specifically in artificial intelligence for quite a while now, what do you think is coming next for us?
Okay, so this is a good question, a big question. I think that many things. First of all, I think the trend of generative AI is going to expand. So first of all, today, ChatGPT on one hand and Midjourney and the image on another hand, and something that I think we're going to see very soon is AI, which can understand more than just one thing, meaning text and images, videos, audios, speech, all of that. And as I see it, it's all going to combine into something which is really intelligent, I would say, in a way that will help us to do many, many more things. So this is one thing that is upcoming for AI.
And how do you think startups, companies, or even developers and engineers can get ready for that and prepare themselves?
Okay, so I think there's two positions that you can put yourself. First is to adopt. And that's, of course, I think that every company needs to do that today, and it's so much easier. So it's possible to adopt through just OpenAI or all other services out there. So this is one thing. Second will be to be able to develop AI in your own company. And that's also something that we're doing in Artlist, and I think that many companies should do today. And the third will be to try to develop. I think those are just companies that have the potential, the data, everything around that to develop their own like big engines. So today there is an opportunity of, I would say, a lifetime for some of those companies that need to understand that like it's here and being the one who's developed this technology can be very, very substantial.
So, which skills should we maybe even start to develop now in order to be ready for that future?
Okay, so first of all, openness, creativity, uh, the usage of AI today requires a lot of creativity, whether it's through text or through other things. We still don't really understand how to use those tools. So this is very important. And besides just educate yourself with everything that's going on, and together this combination, I think, will be very good to create new things because the potential of everything that is going on with the generative AI is just the start.
So, do you think that in some future we'll have the elements of the artificial intelligence in almost every product or service? Is that the direction that we're going in?
Yeah, it seems so. It seems like we go into this direction because first, it's much easier to develop new features. And not talking about developing the AI itself, which used to take a long, long time, but even just like writing software, today it's very easy. And even I would say that people who are not that technical, when wrapping things in a nice way, it's possible to build a software very, very fast.
So, if AI becomes that relevant, as you say, do you think that we get to the point, maybe in some future, that we'll have products or services which are labeled like AI made or human made?
Uh-huh. That's a good question. I think it's going to be more maybe a combination, but I think that AI now it's super easy to create things. Let's take an example from the images world. So you can go to Midjourney, type something, and create amazing creation, and we'll see the internet and the whole world just flooded with these things. And then I think that human creation is going to get even more interesting, and people would try to find these things that are made by humans, just like in art, photography versus painting, for example, is a good example.
So coming back to now, what now can we actually automate using AI, either in our, let's call it, personal lives and our professional lives?
Okay, so I'll start maybe with the professional. So one field which usually was very good with AI and now even more is support. So doing support for products is asking the question, users are asking questions over and over again. So that's something that definitely I see going to be more and more automated. But it's really big. Even writing code, not fully automated, but tools for writing code, that's getting much better. And maybe at some point, some of it will be fully, not fully, but mainly automated. And even copywriting or something like that. I see that marketing and writing things becoming so much easier. So some of it will be automated. But I would say that in terms of automation, I don't believe in this scale of fully automated, not automated, but more of empowerment. So I think that in many cases, it won't be full automation, but more of an tools to make much more each and one of us in what we're doing.
Looking at kind of my field, I see more and more marketers using artificial intelligence in order to create content and then only kind of editing it and kind of, doing little tweaks to it. How do you see kind of this influence in more technical side? How engineers and developers are using AI right now, and how do you see that going forward? You talked a little bit about it before, but could you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So we do see, I can say that in many companies, you can see that in every desk, there's the icon of OpenAI. There's also Copilot, which is another product. And I feel like there's also more products that's helping in more aspects like writing text or checking the quality of the product. So this is going to really, really empower developers. I think it's happening right now. So I think that every developer needs to use those tools. And yeah, it's just like in marketing. I would say the same that development time is much shorter. You don't need to write the code from scratch. You just need to refine it. And this is the place where, as a developer, you can give your real touch is first to use those tools very efficiently and to be able to create a good product out of that.
But for people just starting in a technical field, what advice would you give to them how to prepare for that future to come, and what skills they should start working on right now?
Okay, so maybe a first skill will be to start learning how to use those tools, because I think that learning is going to be much faster, but need to use those tools efficiently. It doesn't mean that a developer doesn't have to understand what he or she is doing. So it's super important to know how. Now, looking at the future, I must say that it's very hard to say today whether developer or data scientist or which area is going to be the one who's be more automated and be in risk. I would say that I don't think that developers are actually in risk today. I think that the world of technology is so much bigger, and we can we can build so much more. I would just say that take your passion and continue the way that you think. I still think there's a huge space for technology, and it's not going to go away.
I was talking to some technical people. A lot of them said that for them, AI will kind of work for them in a way that they can hand off the kind of busy work to the AI and focus on this more creative work. Would you agree on that?
Right, exactly. So I would say, yeah, maybe working on things that are not so mainstream will be more valuable, which means that if developing just apps that are very simple would be something that probably AI can do. But build a new framework or do something that was not anywhere in the center of the development work were probably very useful.
And talking about startups and companies in general, what can those companies do now to actually start incorporating artificial intelligence in their product or services or start building new one?
Okay, so incorporating is very, very easy, as I said. Just need a bit creativity, play with the tools, understand where the value is. We see now a flood, like everybody are just putting it in their products. You need to really, really understand from product perspective what will really stay. So that's definitely should happen. On the other hand, I would say that companies who want to build their own AI, that's a whole different episode. It means that need to really understand what is the advantage of the company, product-wise, business-wise, again, and be able to take a risk because training a big AI engine requires research. Sometimes it doesn't work, but when it does work, you can be a big company like we saw OpenAI becoming such a big company.
Could you give any advice to such companies? Anything they should think of, remember about?
Yeah. So first of all, take the risk if you believe it. Build things gradually. It's like exploring something in the dark. So just keep getting those signals that it's going the right way. And also don't lose the timing because now it's happening and there might be one competitor that's going to take it and take the market. So timing is a key.
Timing is everything. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you.